So when you start to ask yourself meaningful questions, you actually get meaningful answers. I feel like a lot of people are very distracted. They're distracted from the phones, from watching movies, playing video games, TV shows, trends like social media, dating. All of these things are distractions because they're taking your awareness outside of you. But when you start to learn that all of your heart's desires begin within, and when you start to follow them, then your life becomes meaningful. Your life becomes purposeful, because I believe everybody within themselves has a vision, and within that vision, there's your most divine path, your most celebratory path, your most joyful and playful and deepest expression begins to unfold when you follow those natural impulses. And so I feel like a lot of people are very depressed because they don't have a purpose in their life, because they don't sit with themselves and ask themselves. You call all your energy back and you go within and you listen to your heart, and it takes tending, right? Because the heart oftentimes is very closed. But when you open it and you start to ask the meaningful questions, well, then you start to focus on meaningful visions of your life. And I feel like a lot of people are depressed because they don't have a purpose, they don't have a meaningful vision, because they don't take the time to go within and ask themselves, to just distract themselves. And I feel like it's really sad because, when you get to the end of your life, if you're lucky to make it that far, some people just go like that, right? But if you're able to ponder upon your life and realize, like, oh damn, I wasted a lot of time and a lot of energy on things that don't matter, it's pretty sad, right? So, when I was 17 years old, my dumbass played the Ouija board. My mom told me not to, but it was the best thing that happened to me, because it told me that at 27 years old, I was going to die. And, it told me things prior to that were true. So I didn't have any reason to believe that it wasn't. And so shortly thereafter, I just decided, like, I was going to live my life to the most beautiful, fullest, limitless expression that I could, because, well, my life was shortened. And so at 26 years old, I was like, okay, next year it's going to happen. Like, I wonder how it's going to happen. It's going to be a drowning, a fire, maybe a car accident, a murder, a suicide. Who knows? I don't know. But I just accepted that I was going to go. And so that year I really just got to expand deeper into my expression and live life just beautifully. And I got to meet a lot of beautiful people. I got to experience so much in that amount of time. And before that, when I was 24 years old, I had a spiritual awakening through meditation, and I transcended my body. And it was through a process, a specific meditation method that I studied under masters, these two yoga and tantra teachers that were older than dirt, but they had such a childlike, beautiful essence and spirit to them. They had no wrinkles on their face, but they had white hair. They were a couple. And they taught me meditation and energy practices in their home in Nu'uanu. And through this meditation experience, it was the second time I ever did this specific method. And it's a method in which you're given a mantra and you're never supposed to tell anybody, and you speak the mantra over and over and over again. The idea is to your ego it gets dissolved, and you settle into a deeper level of consciousness. And in that deeper level of consciousness, as you go deeper, it's also very expansive at the same time, because as within, so without, as above, so below. And I went to this space of limitless, beautiful, divine energy. I wasn't Olivia. I wasn't my body. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know for how long I was gone. I just felt this beautiful pulsing energy of love, acceptance, beauty, divine, like joy. Like I can't even put it into words. And for years after, I couldn't even explain my experience, because to put it into words was to limit it, and it would literally bring tears to my eyes, because I'd be so frustrated. Like I couldn't even explain the beauty that I experienced, and it was all within. I didn't have to go anywhere or do anything or buy anything or be somebody else. Like to even try to explain that was painful, because words could never do it justice. And after that experience, Apparently it was 20 minutes. I got snapped into my body with so much force. And I tried to stand up and run and tell somebody, like, what happened? Like, what? But I got dropped down to my knees and I just wept because I wanted to go back. I wanted to leave everything here and go back to, it felt like home. I was just like, fuck everything, fuck it all. I don't care about the success. I don't care about the... And then after that experience, a lot of supernatural things started happening to me. But I also realized through that experience that, like, that was an ego death. Like, I'm not Olivia. I'm not this body. I'm not even my gifts. We all are a part of this consciousness, and we're all the part of this beautiful, loving, creative energy. And the only thing that separates us is our bodies and our little identities and our personalities or whatever. And it's like, but we're all that part of that. And when I understood and knew that, like, from that one experience, like, so much information was downloaded into me just for that one experience. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I teach what I teach. Because I've seen the other side. I felt the other side. And I'm trying to tell everybody and wake everybody up that there is beauty within you. There is love within you. There is acceptance within you. God lives within you. It's not out there. And when you focus back here, you will become naturally... And so, like, basically accepting that I was going to die, at such a young age. And then also having an actual, ego death at 24 through that meditative experience. Like, it's just made me appreciate life and love and creating from the fullness of that feeling that I felt inside. It just so much more. And I see people who are suffering, and I'm like, it's because you're focused on the wrong things. You need to come here. But in order to come here, you need to meet the darkness that you've carried from your past. It needs to be alchemized. It needs to be seen, held, and met with so much love, so much reverence, so much honor, so that those parts of you that felt scared can come back home to you, and you can love them anyway. And that's how you come back here. And now I'm 36 or 37. I don't know. Maybe 38. I was born in 89. I don't really count my birthdays. But, 10 years later after I was supposed to die, it's like, maybe I did die. I think I did, I mean, metaphorically for sure, but, like, maybe I died and I was reborn in a new timeline in which, like, I'm here to show and help people understand that, all is within. All the answers, God, all the love that you ever wanted, was searching for outside of you, in drugs and sex and alcohol and shopping and validation. It's all within.